it had a reputation. Part of the reputation wasn't so good because, I heard that it was the nut house and for crazy people.
The issue of restraint and shackles and all of that is what people tend to think about when they think of asylums. But that isn't what asylums were all about. One of the things that authors would say was, well, these things were put out in the countryside, in small communities out in the countryside, because they wanted the crazy people to be out of sight. And that's just simply not true. They wanted to have a quiet, pastoral setting.
As big as Peoria State Hospital was, yes, I think there probably were some normal people. A lot of the people were older.
In the later years, they really didn't realize that dementia and those kind of things just came with age, not necessarily with insanity.
Prior to the 1960s, there were hardly any nursing homes anywhere in the country.
1969. Old Mrs. Smiths are big problems. We'll call her Mrs. Smith. Neither physically or mentally ill, she suffers too much from the infirmities of old age to be able to care for herself. She's been in Peoria State Hospital for 2 months, and she has recovered from the second stroke as much as she ever will. She no longer belongs in the state hospital, but nobody else will have her. Nobody knows how many Peorians there are like Mrs. Smith. Some younger, some older, some without relatives who could be responsible, others just without relatives who will be responsible. But there are plenty.
If you were a burden to your family, back then the admission criteria to a state facility was pretty lax. We had probably twice as many women as residents out there as we did men. And the reason for that, I believe, was back then women didn't have the rights that they have today, and the husband's word was enough to put him in, or that of the family doctor.
The pendulum swung back to maybe a more reasonable place where now someone can in fact be committed based on history.
We've come a long way in weeding out who can and who can't be in a state mental hospital.
Women were locked up here for symptoms of menopause. People were locked up in here just because they were unruly, hard to get along with.
In the early days, it takes 2 grown men to put a woman into an institution. It takes 3 men to put a man into an institution. Well, if you want to get rid of your wife, you and your brother have her locked up. At that point, divorce is very easy.